I don't know. Something killed it. But yeah, he's pushing on the left, but he's not making it because I've got people spread out. I have a feeling defending from the field to the left of that church is better than defending from the capture zone itself because typically everyone approaches to the left of the church, and so that field is just easier to defend. Otherwise, you have the church between you and the attackers, and they're going to be able to get very, very close to you, just like the hill sort of thing. They use the church as cover, and of course they could attack to the right of the church, but that's a wide open field, and if you have any sort of things attacking the middle, they're just going to kill them. So that's a very difficult point to attack across, so everyone's forced to attack to the left of the church, where frankly there's not a lot of cover either, but at least there's bushes and stuff. So yeah, I think defending to the left of that church is your best idea, which is why I've got my infantry spread out there. Although it's no harm to have a couple people in the capture zone, probably just in case they sneak someone by. And speaking of sneaking someone by, I am busy spreading all my people out on the right to attack, but this is somewhat aborted because it turns out he's got a bunch of people behind like walls and stuff. So that guy gets a grenade off, but then he dies, and we'll see how that works. Kaboom! Impressive. Yeah, don't neglect your grenades, guys. If he's going to die no matter what, just chuck a grenade. And even if he's not going to die, grenades can be extremely important. Very good damage with grenades. So there you go. And now we have a land mattress shelling Lollybo's artillery. That's a land mattress. It's a big honkin' rocket barrage artillery piece. So he gets a couple barrages, and unfortunately it takes out the Flak 37. That's a Flak 88. But they called it Flak 37 probably because it was designed in 1937. I'm a rocket man. Ha ha ha. Amusing. Very amusing. And that's a song too. Go look up William Shatner singing Rocket Man on YouTube. That's worth seeing once in your life. Probably. I can't really guarantee that. So now they're taking the middle, and we're also trying to take the middle. This Comet's gonna shoot some people. Comet is a weird tank. I don't know. That's a nice name for a tank, I guess. Comet. Yeah. I don't know. No, let's say right now, what am I gonna buy? I can't remember what I buy. Oh no, it's an armored car. So we're actually not doing so hot, I would say. Our position is looking pretty bad. We just got our artillery piece knocked out, and they have basically free reign to move up in the middle. I'm not sure if they know it yet. They're probably sending in the armored car to see what kind of AT we have. And it turns out we have a Pack 40 just now, which I just bought. So that's going to be a while before it's going to be any useful. So yeah, they can just rampage through our lines, and here they come, taking the middle. And my assault on the right, as you saw, got shut down because he had some infantry set up far in advance of the point. Good idea on my opponent's side. So yeah, once again, we are back on the back foot. We are once again not doing fantastic. But that armor car is going on the right for some reason. I don't know why. He's got perfectly good defenses on the right last I checked. Certainly shut down my attack, so whatever. Send your armor car wherever you want. That's just going to make me happier about the middle, which is still not in their hands. So we're frozen at 33, 37 points, and I'm trying to figure out, we got to do some sort of attack. I don't want to attack on the left, because basically to hit their point on the left, you basically have to hit the middle. I mean, look at that. Look at on the mini-map. From even my leftmost point, if I walk straight towards that point on the left, or even curve around, I still have to get deep into enemy territory, basically just fight in the middle. So at that point, it's like, why not just assault the middle? And I'm switching between these two tanks to try and figure out which has the gun that I want. And I end up buying the more expensive tank, I think, and a Stug, because I think lollybo and I were discussing how this game is going to go, seeing as they've just taken it back the middle. We're like, we're either going to win it or we're going to lose it, and if we're going to win it, we really ought to try and win it. So here is me trying to get over my I don't buy enough stuff problem. So I just buy two tanks, and if two tanks can't support my assault on the right, I don't know what can. And here's lollybo. First Panzerfaust misses, and so it's like, that's really bad, but luckily these guys carry two Panzerfausts, and I was extremely scared this guy was just going to get owned. But he owns the diamond armor car, so fantastic job by lollybo. That's what happens when you got some elite infantry just hanging out all over the map. You can always call them in to do some sort of task, and bada bing, armored car dead, just like that. Then lollybo follows it up with an assault, which is probably a really bad idea because everything is dead. I have a feeling I told him there were infantry there. We can verify this by listening to the Ventrilo game, but yeah, that didn't work. But yeah, so I have two tanks coming. I have a Stug assault gun coming, and I have a Panzer IV coming. And the idea is they'll get a side hit on the Comet, knock out the Comet, and there'll be nothing between me and pure assaulting bliss. I believe at this point I've forgotten that there's a 17-pounder set up, or I believe that I think the 17-pounder is moved, and here comes a land matrix. Oh my god, chicken genocide! What did those chickens ever do to you? He just killed more chickens than you do whenever you eat at a restaurant and order chicken. But, chicken soup. Yeah, not really gonna make soup out of that. Those chickens are no longer. Soup is generous. What the heck did I mean by that? Why did I type soup is generous? Oh, soup is generous. Okay, yeah, it's generous to call that soup. Yeah, it is not soup. It's basically chicken, charred chunks of chicken remainder. So first shot from the comet just impacts on my Panzer IV, doesn't do anything. That's because it's a high explosive shell. That's a good trick, guys. If send some infantry at a tank, they'll swap to a high explosive shell, start firing at your infantry, then roll in with your tank. They'll fire back, but it's just going to blow up and not do anything. And bam, comet. No, wait, no. Comet not destroyed. I destroyed a Daimler armored car. Yeah, I'm taking out vehicles left and right. Luckily, he's moved his 17-pounder up to try and get a shot at me, so I have a chance to take the 17-pounder out. Unfortunately, he takes out the main gun of my turret, but yes, 17-pounder destroyed by the Stuke, and not to mention only one guy dead in my Panzer IV, so he's able to back out of there and repair himself if he makes it away from this comet, which I have pierced through a couple times and I think killed most of the people in there, but is still a functioning tank. So at this point, I think my plan is to get the Stug to hold off the comet, even just provide like sort of cover my retreat sort of thing. I don't know why he's facing that way. Bad idea. But yeah, I get my Panzer IV out of there. Really should not have shown the back of my Panzer IV. I told him to back up, but he turned away around of his own volition. So yeah, at this point the Stug was just covering the retreat of my Panzer IV, and once the Panzer IV is out of there, I'm pulling the Stug back because the idea is to use overwhelming firepower to kill these guys, 2 tanks, just gangbang them, and once that's effective and I've taken the point, I need to pull back because one of my tanks is out of it. So I've taken the right, and lollybo did the same sort of blitzkrieg on the middle, although not with as many vehicles, and so suddenly things are looking better. They have 53 and we have 35, but not too bad. So yeah, that was good. That was a German blitz. That's exactly how your assaults should go. Knocked out a couple armored cars, knocked out a tank, knocked out a 17-pounder. I just wish I had been able to completely kill that comet. Perhaps I should have been shelling it from my Stug, but I didn't want to push my luck. Really, the idea was just to capture these battle zones, and since we've got the middle and the right, I felt pretty good about that. And I certainly didn't want to lose my Stug, some sort of other 17-pounder or something. So hopefully my Panzer IV will be online soon, and yeah, we can get back to doing whatever it is we are going to do.